What's up, cool kids? FD White. So Bitcoin is still holding above 100,000. This is what we wanted to see. This is what we want to hold going into the weekly close. It's been a rough few weeks. I will say that it's been a rough few weeks for the crypto market, especially ever since we got that flush out a few Fridays ago, where everything got wiped out. So much leverage, so many people got wiped out. So I haven't really been talking about leverage that much, over the past few weeks, but we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it in a separate video, how to actually use leverage, because most people, 95% of people, don't use leverage the right way. So we'll talk about that. But right now, the crypto market, like I said, we're holding above 100,000. I can't be too upset, and we're not validated for a bear market yet. In my analysis, we still want to hold above that $98,000 level. We want to hold above that 95, which is the upper sloping trend line coming from October of 2023. And we also want to just hold that 90K area. We start closing weeklies below 90K, I'll say, bear market is in. So what am I doing right now? First and foremost, I'm keeping my mental health up. That's first and foremost when it comes to crypto, when it comes to investing, when it comes to just the world in general. Everything is weighing on us right now. A lot of things are weighing on us, and crypto being down, especially if everybody thought that crypto was just going to the moon. It was the safe haven. It was this and that. And now we're getting a lot of manipulation. I will say that. But also we're getting a lot of just, people getting wiped out, people leaving the space, people cursing the space. It's really bad for the average retail investor for crypto. So my whole point, been through this before. I feel like my graduation into crypto was FTX. When that happened, matter of fact, I don't even think it was FTX. I would say Terra Luna. Around that time, the Terra Luna collapse was probably my entry to crypto. And then the FTX, after FTX happened, I was just like, not 100% unemotional about it, but I was really unemotional about it. Now I'm like super unemotional about it. And that's why I can, make money and lose money and still feel the same. And I feel like that's what you got to do. I mean, I'm not just a robot, but you also have to, kind of try to be one, in this crypto market, especially nowadays, especially with everything that's going on in crypto, everything that's going on in the world. So just try to remain even keel, try to remain cool. We the cool kids. And we'll continue to watch crypto. We'll continue to watch Bitcoin first and foremost. I'm starting to accumulate Bitcoin. I'm starting to put maybe $500 to $1,000 in Bitcoin every month. That's my goal going into 2026. If we pump, if we dump, of course, I might go a little bit heavier. But if we're pumping, if we're dumping, that's just my goal, putting in $500 to $1,000 in Bitcoin every month and going from there. I got a long-term mindset when it comes to crypto, especially Bitcoin. We're saving in Bitcoin. We're holding Bitcoin for the next 10 years. And then we're just going to play the altcoins how they're supposed to be played. We'll have a couple altcoins, I think. XRP, I think Solana is going to be here for a while now. Maybe Ethereum. But really Bitcoin, and I said XRP. Those are two that I'm thinking long term, but for sure Bitcoin. So I just wanted to come make this quick video. Came from my morning walk. Almost got attacked by a couple of duck family over there. But we're gonna continue to just do what we need to do. Continue to maintain even composure and try to weather the storm. Because like I said, I don't think this is gonna last like years. I think it'll last some months maybe. Especially once we start getting that economic data coming in and bad news becomes bad news. But once that happens, we get the flush out, we get a dump, we get some sort of a bear market. I think the cloudy skies will be gone and, everything will be back to pumping. And that's what we're looking for. But in crypto, before we get out of here, in crypto, you really don't pump all the time. That's the wrong thing that people think. You pump like a few months, maybe like 3-4 months out of 12 months. You might get some sort of a pump. Other times it's like sideways to down. So just stay in crypto. Stay in crypto. Right now it's time for research. Right now it's time for due diligence. Right now it's time to get if you've been through this, if you've had, emotional breakdowns, so to say, from all these crashes and everything that's going on, hopefully you'll build a callus up to it and you can navigate the market a little bit more clear-headed. So this is FD White. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Appreciate everybody. About to go in here and work out. And yeah, I'll talk to you in a minute. Peace.